Welcome back, everybody, to Enter the Gungeon, as we are pretty much at almost dead, and we're about to enter this boss fight, because for the most part, I pretty much, how much, I got 36, but it's not really going to get me anything. Let's just go in. Oh, boy. But, yeah, as we were saying in the last video, we were talking about just Horizon Zero Dawn, how it was like, I kind of was getting frustrated at my own abilities. And I try not to fault games, because usually certain things, the way games go, are usually my own fault. Like, unless the mechanic is obviously bad in certain situations, then I would, then it's obvious to shit on it or complain about it. I mean, I'm not really one to try to shit on things. I'll usually just have some complaints. I mean, there are things that I probably got really pissed on, especially during the Dark Souls playthrough stuff, when you start to see those as they come. Oh, you got me. Good attempt. Good attempt. Oh. But yeah. Just, like Dark Souls, I got like frustrated in certain things, certain like ideas of it. It's hard to like grasp my head around certain thoughts. Like, I understand what the game's going for with difficulty and being something different and unique when the game came out, but certain things you wonder how it got by. Where you're like, you know what, you really wanted this? Well, I have to give the game credit to being like, you know what, it didn't shy away of like, you know what, people might hate this and it might turn them off. You know, they tried something unique and different. Like, it wasn't completely unique or different because Demon Souls and stuff like that, but, you know, it was different where it wasn't something we always saw a lot of. But Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't know. Like, I like the game. I like the concept. The story seems pretty interesting to where I want to know more. But for some reason, I'm just like, I'm not finding myself enjoying it as much as I'd like. And that's why I haven't sat down to record it. I've been just sitting there playing it. Maybe it's just because I'm just not in that type of game mood right now to play it. So I haven't really sat down and recorded as much. But eventually I want to sit down and continue to do it. And I have to constantly make sure I'm in the mood because I'm trying to get through like Tales of Vesperia. And just like, and I don't want it to be another long RPG/JRPG game that we go through and then I just do not finish, because then it's like, it's irritating to me to not finish these games and get so far into them. But there are some and especially when I'm genuinely having fun with said game and then I just stop, I feel terrible about it. Like if it was like Prey, where I was like, alright, I'm not having fun with this game, it's just not my style of game. I don't shit on it because it's a bad game, I just don't think it's that good for me. And that's the beauty of opinions. You can have those. And the people who try to say otherwise, like, I would never force anyone to not give Prey a try, because I'm like, hey, you might like this. It's not my thing, but you'll like it, probably. You know, it's one of those things. Like, I hate the people that are like, oh, this game's terrible, or this game's dead, because I'm not playing. And it's like, really? Dude, like, it doesn't revolve around you. Believe it or not. So I'm always open because, you know, to be honest, I can't make a game, so I can't say I could do better. I can't program for shit. I don't understand it. John, my buddy John, does a lot of the programming stuff side, and I've heard it, and I'm just like, thank God I don't do this, because holy fuck, I'd be so lost. To some people, it may be easy, second nature, but to some other people, as simple as me, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Those boats really are faster. Holy shit. But I'm just such a lover of video games. Like, I just really enjoy the writing, the stuff that goes behind it. I'll make fun and poke fun at a lot of it at times. But for the most part, if I'm sitting down and actually trying to play through it, I mean, there's something good about it that makes me actually want to. Half the time, I don't try to force myself to play through something I'm not enjoying. Even if I'm frustrated to all hell and I'm struggling, like Dark Souls 1, there will be times later on in that series, down the line when those videos get uploaded, that I did want to kind of like quit because some of the mechanics, certain things of it was just so rough. But something about that game, through all that pain and annoyance, there's like, I want to continue and actually succeed, because just one of those things where I'm like, I don't really want to give up on this. You know, I would hate if I did. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, it might be like another one of those things where I might end up stopping it because I'm not enjoying it as much. I don't know. I might give it another session or two and see if I'll warm up to it again and enjoy it. It's literally just my ability to be precise with a bow in that game. And I had the same trouble if you watched Evil Within 2 towards the end. I couldn't aim for shit. I can't aim on a controller, and I cannot aim on a mouse and keyboard either. Like, I just have not been able to aim. Like, I used to be able to aim on a controller. I think I'm a little bit better with controller than I am with a mouse and keyboard. But that's just because I played, like, nothing but console games way back when. And I do actually enjoy the keyboard and mouse. The only reason I don't mind, I like doing controller and stuff a little bit more is just the placement of my setup is a lot more cozier for controller with the microphone and everything like that. What the fuck is this? Megatronic contents under pressure. Oh boy. Wonder how well that's gonna hurt. I hurt? No. Yeah, let's go. Boss time! One looks so happy. The other one's like Joe Cool Bullet. Not sure if this is the most effective tool to be using, but you know what? I'm dousing this entire fucking area with water. If I had like an ice gun, I wonder if that would relieve, or electricity. But yeah, like I don't know. Like I said, I will try to give Horizon Zero Dawn another shot down the line and want it, because like it's an interesting and fun game, and even though a lot of its mechanics, and I said this with like Breath of the Wild, I never played it, but I saw like all the stuff that was talked about with it. You chill out, need a little cooldown. Where like a lot of the mechanics aren't anything too crazy unique. We've seen it before in video games. But because it's, I think it was the development team's, like, first attempt at a game like that, I recall, for Horizon Zero Dawn. Plus, it was, like, a new IP, so, I mean, like, give it a shot, try it out, and then if people really enjoy it, build off what they made into a new one. You know, because I feel like we don't get a lot of different stuff anymore. Ooh, that was close. Nearly got myself killed. Armor. Mega Hand. I'm now Mega Man. But like, I think it was pretty good, like, so far. I just wish I could sit down and enjoy it more. And I think part of me is, like, I hate getting stuck in certain situations. I think my frustration builds off of not being able to progress in a game when I'm recording and streaming. Because, like, I know, like, as a viewer, I've gotten annoyed with watching people, like, struggle on the same spot over and over. What the hell? Oh, I changed my gun. Okay, I got bubble lead. Interesting. Interesting. I like that. I just realized I could pump this. I don't know if that really does anything. Alright, anyway, I keep losing my train of thought, because when you're just doing this, sometimes I just get distracted. Ooh, that was like right at me. I won't want this anymore. Yeah, I think the frustration builds off of, like, because as a viewer, when I watch people, like, YouTube streams, whatever, and they're getting stuck a lot, it does get frustrating to watch, at times. Part of you just, for some reason, just wants to, you know, you're like, come on, get through it. And half the time when I get frustrated, it's not even because I'm like, oh, it's so hard, or it's so easy, I've done it. At times it's like, come on, make progress. I want to see you see this such and such. I got mail for you. And, so, like, I always feel bad because I'm like, God, I don't want to be stuck here forever, you know? So, I end up, like, getting frustrated at myself. I'm like, come on, we gotta progress this, because I don't want to be stuck here forever. I don't want to sit around on the same spot forever, and I think that's why, like, when I play Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm like, God, I'm just, like, I'm not caring that I'm bad, but I'm, like, frustrated that, like, my abilities feel like I don't improve when I'm playing it, because I feel like I'm not getting any better with that game. Like, I just feel like I'm still sucking over stupid shit, and I'm fucking up over the dumbest things. I'm on fire. That's probably where the water would have came in. Good try, but it was kind of a clusterfuck. Killed by some fire. And going back when I said the Horizon Zero Dawn had some features that even though other games had, that other, like, it was still different. Like, I feel like people should, you know, still give it a chance and not criticize so much on that. Is like, look, when you look at Breath of the Wild, like, what you can cook open world-ish, like, in the sense it's not like, you know, pretty much I think it is open world. Again, I haven't played it, saving it for when I do my big Zelda playthrough of the games again and finally pick it and get up and play that game. The game had cooking weapons, like different weapons, instead of just constantly using your, you know, the Master Sword, whatever sword and stuff. Like, there was that durability and all that crazy stuff. And how many games have done that? It's like Skyrim, Oblivion, everything Bethesda's made that RPG game, like Fallout and stuff like that, to games like Final Fantasy and Tales, all those games that have done open world and all that, and other games that might be underrated gems that I can't think of off the top of my head that I have yet to ever touch. But Zelda has never done that, and it traveled to an area that it's unfamiliar with, that the fans could either love or hate. And even if the game was overhyped or anything, it's like, you know, I think it gets a decent amount of hype because of the fact that, you know, the fans love the Zelda games. If you're a fan of shit, of course it's going to feel overhyped if you're not as big of a fan as others. But, I think it deserved to be praised for the fact that it's going to a different route to change it up in the series. Now, was it good or bad? I don't know yet because I've yet to play the game myself. But I think, if anything, I always love when a team can change it up a little. Now, if they change it for the bad is one thing, but if they can change and you can see improvements and you can be like, you know what, they did this, and you can look at the positives and be like, you know what, they can build upon this. So take all the good out of Breath of the Wild and build upon it for the next Zelda game. Instead of like somebody who would be like, this game was just trash, and being done with it. Like, instead of, oh, this was a waste of time, don't play because story this or story that bad, or this gameplay was terrible, it's not a true Zelda game. It's like, instead, look at the positives. Like, I try to look at all the goods in video games, even if they were really bad. Like, hell, when I was playing through Kane and Lynch, I don't know if I'll have it in any of my edits when I actually get around to cutting that up more. Like, though the game was terrible in a lot of aspects, I'm like, okay, like, I could see where this could have been fun or this could have been good in that second game. And it was like, but it's completely thrown out the door because of just atrocious everything else. There's just so many other things that made it so bad and so clunky and so just what the fuck, you know? And I think like another game, what, Mass Effect Andromeda, everyone shit on that for facial animations. Yeah, the game was facially goofy at times. Now, granted, I'm not the greatest guy to talk to about that because I make a lot of gross-looking things in certain games when given the opportunity, and sometimes I try to make them look badass. It depends on what we're going for. Like, Mass Effect already had wonky animations, derpy little faces, and things like that, to where I don't think it should have gotten so much shit on it, but I guess maybe because the trailers or things that they bragged about were their facial animations. I don't know what the hate really was stemming from that. But, I don't know, I feel like some people are just a bit spoiled. Like, alright, we're in 2018, this is how games should be. And it's like, you know what? Not every game should be this. I think every game should be unique in different ways and not constantly be the same or have all these ridiculously high expectations. But I think we've just all kind of grown a bit picky about certain things. Like, yeah, there are certain times where it's like, you know what? I want this type of game and I want this. But there are other times where I'm like, you know what? I like when they tried to be different. Things like that. Oh, what do you got? You got a heart-shaped holster and good skin. I got a lot of... I'm gonna get this key. Oh, I'm gonna open this. Bring the retro and get Ethereal. Well, I'm gonna call my airdrop then. The boss is right over here. Alright, next time we will, oh, I went to the shopkeep, apparently. Alright, but next time we will tackle on this boss. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next video.